Hello everybody, I'm back again today bringing you another Sporestride devlog. This is devlog number 2, and today I'm just bringing a bit of updates as regards to the level editor. It is now officially finished for the time being. So what I've added since the last devlog is the ability to save and load levels. So I'll show that off right now. So we're going to fire it up in the level editor here. Okay, so we're back. Another thing I added too was bounds on the levels. So the grayed out area represents areas that are outside level bounds. The current bounds right now are just sort of preliminary things. They might have to be expanded in the future depending on how big I want to make levels. And the red boxes represents the player origin that can be changed around. So basically the spawn point in the level. As with last time, you can obviously still place tiles and everything like that. So we'll place a few tiles in here, and then we'll move the origin over to this point here. So if you want to save this level, you just hit the S button. The file gets saved. We get a little bit of information printed to the console about it, and the file gets saved. For now, it just gets saved in the in the project directory. It doesn't go exactly into the place where we actually load the levels from. That might be something that I change in the future. But once it's loaded, it loads into a text file, just sort of like a basic representation of all the tiles in the level. The empty tiles are represented with underscore characters. I had it originally as -1 because the tile IDs started indexing at 0, right? So I put -1 as a possible value representing a blank space, but it was really hard to sort of examine these these level files to see sort of their contents. It was a bit confusing, so I changed it to underscores. And then it's just a really basic sort of method to save and load levels, but I think it should work for my purposes. So if we were to go about loading the level, the game will just go through every spot, gets to an ID, say 3, that represents that top sort of industrial or factory tile, and it would add that to the scene. And then it gets to the P point, which is player origin, and then it will set that as player origin and spawn the player at that point there. So we have the level file. After that, it has to be moved. If we look in the resource folder, it has to be moved to the level folder because it's loaded from there. So once we have that in the level folder, now we can load it into our main game, or we can load it back up in the level editor. First, I'll show you loading the level in the level editor to edit it again. So this has to be done through the console right now. Some point in the future I might add a proper way to do this through Java, but for now this works. So what we're just going to do is enter the name of the level, my level. Hopefully that worked. Oh, my bad. Enter the name of the level, and then we hit L, and it loads it in. Yeah, there we go. So you see now that we got the level that loads in that we were just working on from the console, and whenever a level is loaded, it will print the contents of the level to console. Just for now, it's just sort of so I can see that everything's working correctly. So now if we want to load the level from the launcher and load it in as the main game, the method to do that right now is we have to update the current level variable, which will be set obviously as you play the game. So, and again, we can just change it to my level, and we will be able to load that level we just created in the level editor. Yeah, and as you can see, the level's loaded. Can't really move anywhere. I don't know if I can make that jump. Oh, I can. Yeah, so we have the level now that we just worked on. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. It works quite well. I haven't added any graphics or fixed that transparency issue with the player yet. I just sort of wanted to get out another one of these devlogs just to sort of show the finished level editor for the time being. But yeah, I think these devlogs are going really well, and I'm happy I'm doing them. I think it is sort of forcing me to work on this project more. And the next devlog will be all about lots of extra graphical improvements to the game, lots of extra tiles, graphics, and I suppose the next task would be to flesh out sort of that phase mechanic with the player more, because there's a few animation things I'd like to fix, and sort of add in a couple ways that mechanic can be used to interact with the game, and like really implement it as a mechanic. Because then after that, I should have sort of the base flow of the game down, and I can determine where things need to be improved from there. So that's about going to cover everything for today. I thank you for watching, and have a good one. Bye bye.